Hello everyone. Today I am going to make a new t-shirt design that is going to be a veteran t-shirt design. So veteran is a good niche, like you don't need to wait for the Veterans Day. This is a really proud profession and people is, if you just can pick a good message, you can sell it all over the year. So for this one I was searching for a quote. So you can see veteran quotes. I searched like this on Google and I found this one. We don't know them all, but we owe them all. So this message really attracts me. I'm going to make a design for this one with this message. And how to find message, that is the question I get. So you can search like this, and if you just search like veteran t-shirt designs, you are going to get a thousands of search result, but they are already on market. So you need to do something unique that is not yet on market, or you have to represent it in your own style. So that's why I always pick something like a message that is not yet a design, or a short message, to combine like 2 3 messages to make a one unique design. So for this one I need some vectors, of course, because this is a going to be a very elemental vectorized design, but I am going to keep it simple because last 2 3 video I was doing some advanced level work, and that is really I'm getting some complaints that those are not beginner friendly. So for this design I would need some vectors. So let me bring my vectors, then I will be back. Okay guys, so these are the elements I'm going to use in this video. This is from my this vector pack. I gave you this pack in my group, of course, and then I'm going to use this flag here, and also I gave this one in my group, so you can check in my Facebook group for them. Now I can use anything I want. I have premium subscription, but I am trying to use something that I gave you so that you can follow with me. So for this kind of designs I always like to make a center graphic for my design, and then paste, like then place the text around that center graphic. So for this one I am going to, okay, maybe I will use another vector here. Okay, so this is the another vector that I'm going to use in my this design, because these elements I make a video, I make a design with them, so I don't want to just use them again. So I want to make some variations here, so that's why I'm bringing in my this vector. I also shared this one in my group. So for this one here, the center graphic I want to create, like, of course I want a wing for these boots. Then I'm going to place my eagle head on top of this boot, and this guns and something, this will just follow. So first create the center graphic here. I'm just making it a bit bigger, but as you can see this is overlapping my boots a bit. So let's double click to isolate this group, then I can select one of them, and then if I move it something like that, let me show you my keyboard strokes, so like this. So that is good. Now I'm selecting this two and then aligning them center wise, but still it is overlapping. So let's bring it a little bit out further, so that's good, like that. And then if I make it like just like this maybe, okay, that is good. This position is looking good for me. So let's select our this boot vector, and like in my almost every video it is going to be all about the transparency, so that is a little bit too much. So okay, 6 pixel is good, so let's press ok, cut it. Now I am selecting my this wings pack, wings vector, opening the transparency for it, press ctrl f to paste in front. And as you can see this is looking like this, but I want this to make a complete single shape. So merge unite, that is how it is now a complete single silhouette image of that boot. So that is good, and that is giving me this cutout look. So my boot and wings vector group is ready, so let's make them a group. Now for this kind of veteran designs, a gun is really a good option because it represents the profession well, something like this, or a bit bigger in size, because I want this part to be visible and this part also to be visible. So let's right click on the gun and reflect it, press copy. It will make an exact copy of that gun. So let's bring that something like in this area. So it is just touching my boot like this one, and of course the area should be visible from that point. So that is good. So let's select our these two gun and make them a group. Okay, for this point here I want my guns to be on top of my wings but below my boots. So let's select the gun vector. First step is making a offset path for it, that is same 6 pixel I am keeping it. Then press Ctrl X to cut. Now I need to put that on top of my wings but behind my boot. So let's double click to isolate that group and select the wings group only. Then inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste like this, but they are like small shapes. So let's merge and unite them to make them a complete one single shape, and make sure that it is in complete black. So that is good, but we want to keep our boot in front of our gun. So that is, so then we will need to create a offset path for our boot, then paste it in front of our gun. But as we created a offset path, a silhouette image of that boot inside the wings transparency, you can see this is still here. So let's copy that one, then click here, and then of course select the gun vector group, then open the transparency for them, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste that same boot silhouette group here, and that is making it visible. So that's good for us. So this area is not looking very good. The two guns were there overlapping, but that is not a problem because I have a plan to use this eagle head something like this area. So okay, first of all I need to select my this gun group and the boot and wing group. Let's make them a group, and then if I select these three I can align them perfectly center wise. And then this eagle head I want to make it a little bigger so that it is overlapping my wings and of course hiding the top part of the boot just like this. That is good. I want to keep everything in the same line area just like that. So select our eagle head like this. Okay, first of all we need to make a offset path for it, just same 6 pixel. That is good. Let's cut it. Okay, as we make this three, this wing, boot and gun a single group, we can just select that group and open the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. So this is now not looking very good, as because there are some area that is visible. So let's select everything here, then press merge and unite. It is going to make it a complete one single silhouette, and that is going to hide that part. So as you can see, that is the same style graphic we are making here. So let's click here. Now these three is completely in their position where I want them to be. So let's group them. Okay guys, so at this point my graphic is ready, for my center graphic is ready. So let's work on some text here, the text we are going to use. So I am going to use this them like this. That's why I break the lines from here, like we don't and then know them all in one line, then but we then owe them all. That's two line. I want to make them like these two in a this part on top, then United States veteran, their lives of freedom. I want to make this three. Okay, this text I take from another image, so I am going to keep them in the lower part. That's good for me, no problem. So for this area here I want to first of all select some fonts. So let's copy one of them like the text here, and then I am going to use here the stencil land because that is a good font. But as you can see, this font doesn't support this kind of apostrophes, commas or any special characters. So we need another font. So let's take something like our Explorer font. Yeah, that is good. This font supports everything. So first of all, this is the stencil land. Okay, so this is the Explorer, this is the stencil land, and now I want to keep them just as a reference here. Then for this area here, as there is some apostrophes, I am going to press I for eyedropper. Then if I click here, it is going to pick that font in that size. Then of course for this one here, I am going to click here. It is going to make it like a in this stencil land font. Okay, so let me just copy the name here If I double click here, paste it here, it is going to be look like this. You can see stencil land. Now this font has some option, like if I select this one, you can see there are some small dots in the design, but not in this one. So if I select the text and make it capitalize, it is going to show me that dot options. So without capital it is going to show plain, and with capital letters it is going to show like that. So that is good. Now for this area here, we don't I'm going to pick the same explorer font here. Then of course for this one I'm going to make this font, so that size font, and that is good for me. So this is going to be the first part of my design, and then I will work on this. But before that I need my graphic here. So whatever I am going to do here, I need to keep in mind that okay, we can do one more thing, that this area is going to look like some empty space. So let's use something for this area, and also I wanted to use a US flag in the design, so let's use that one also. So for this one here I am going to rotate it like this, but this star should be on left. So let's right click, transform and reflect, just like this. That is good. Now I am going to make a ellipse here, just any size you want. Then I am going to, okay, sorry for that, I need to make it a bit smaller, just like this. Then if I place it like this and select this two, I am going to like centerize them, but I want to keep more of these stars, and these stripes is going to be just like this, but I want to keep a ellipse copy here. So let's select this one, this two, and make sure that your ellipse is on top. You can see I cannot select my flag from here because ellipse is on top. Or to make sure, let's press Ctrl X, Ctrl F, it is going to cut it and paste in front. That is good. So if I select this two and right click, make a clipping mask, it is going to mask out like this. Okay, maybe this is all black graphic right now, so let's change the, if I double click inside the clipping mask, it is going to give me these options. Okay, let me show you another option. Like if I bring this here, you can see the inside area is blank, like there is no white, but we want to put some white there. So let's double click here, and we are inside the clipping mask right now. Then if I make it something like this red, it is going to be red, but I want some white. So let's create a rectangle like this, and of course this one we are going to make it white, and of course cut, press Ctrl B to paste it back. You can see everything is now inside. Okay, so as you can see, if we put a white background, it is going to, everything is staying inside our clipping mask, and then right click to exit the isolation mode. So that is good. Now as I wanted to keep a copy of this ellipse, let's just place them like this. Select these two, horizontally and vertically align them. Okay, so maybe I'll cut this clipping mask, select this ellipse and press Ctrl B to paste in back, and that is now in like the back of my black ellipse. So if I select my this black ellipse, I can make it a little bigger like that, and then press Shift X for making that into, converting that into strokes. So you can see this is how it is looking right now. So if I select this two, okay, let's make it a group. Then if I place it something like this, maybe a bit bigger in size, sorry for that, just like this. But cart, select this group, press Ctrl B to paste in back. You can see this is how it is right now looking. So if I select this main group and the flag group, and then if I align them centerwise, it is going to look something like that. But maybe I can just bring them a little bit up like this. So this is how it is looking, but I want to keep my this design group visible on top of my flag, as this is overlapping with the flag. So let's create a offset path for that option here. Again that same 6-point stroke, press OK, then cut. Now I need to select this group, this flag and the ellipse group, open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F to paste in front, and it is looking like this. So the same technique, merge, unite. You can see that is how our design is visible, and also the flag is visible from the background. That is good. Okay, so for this area here I want to create a something like a rope kind of effect, or a kind of chain effect, anything you want, that's not a problem. So let's create a rectangle like this, then take direct selection tool to convert this corner in this round shape, then select this corner, make that same round shape in this area, and that is good. So let's copy this one just like this, a little space between them, then press Ctrl D just like this. That is good. Now select them. Okay, so I need to make them smaller, like the comparing to my other graphic. Like if this is the size, I am going to replace this with my ellipse here, that black ellipse line here, and that size is looking good for me. So let's make it a little bit bigger just like that. That is good. So let's go to your brush panel, and then if I click on this new brush icon, I can make a pattern brush. Of course this is not going to be art brush, I'm going to make a pattern brush. Then click on this option, approximate path, then click OK. So I have now a pattern with this shape, and I don't need that right now. So I will change that later. So if I select my this group here, this ellipse, this black stroke ellipse, as you can see this is in stroke mode. So let's make it 20 pixel maybe. Okay, maybe make it 10 pixel. That size doesn't matter here because we are going to replace this pattern. So click here, it is going to replace that with this pattern shape. So that is good for us, or we can just make it a little smaller if you want. That is up to you. So that part is looking good for me. So that is one part of the graphic. So let's select them all, group them. Now for this kind of designs, it really looks good with some this kind of center graphic with the, I will add some colors of course in it, and that will be the later part. So let's work on our text now. So for this one here, if this is going to be the center graphic for me, I am going to press Ctrl R for my rulers, then I am going to bring some ruler to part just like this, and then I need to place my graphic just in the center of that two ruler, because this is going to be the wide of my design, and I want to make it a little, make it really a wide design, not something like a narrow design, like longer design. So I'm breaking the fonts here, I don't need them to be act like a font anymore. So let's use this text here just like this. Then of course this one I'm going to place it something like, okay, I'm just going to make it the same size of my, same wide of my that two ruler. So that is good. Now for this one here I am going to make this one a little bigger, because that is the first part of the design. So if I centerize them like this, it is going to look like something like this. So that is good for me right now. Let's use this one here. So I'm going to use this. Okay, so if I want to now, right now, if I want to make changes to my this design, as I break that, if I want to replace that text with this area here. So as we have a ellipse already created here just like this one, so let's double click here, like keep clicking until it is visible like this. So that is good. Now I am going to select my this add anchor point tool, and then I am going to click here to make a something like this area, to make a point here. Okay, just like this, then another point here, then I am going to take the sample like in this area, then another point here. So I need to create another point here just in the bottom, so that I am creating 3 point here. So if I take my direct selection tool and select the middle point and press delete, it is going to erase that 3 point, like the middle one is going to be erased, and the rest two will keep as they are, will stay as they are. So that is good for me. I just created a part here. So as I already break this font here, how can I use them? that to be on there, like how can I use them to be on that place. So let's select this text. I'm going to create another art brush here, just like this, and that is good over them all. Then if I select my this ellipse part here, look, I can simply take another ellipse here to make a ellipse on top of this area, and then use my type on the path tool. But I'm going to do it in this way because this is a new style. You can learn, you can create a custom brush with the text also. So if I select that one and click here, it is going to look like that. So let's make it a little smaller so that it fits, like the width of the text fits inside our design. So you can use it in this way, or we can press Ctrl Z to like keep clicking until your that part is back. So that is good for us. Then if I click here, okay, I created some point here, so I need to, okay, let's forget it. I'm going to create a ellipse here again, just in a bit bigger size than my original ellipse that is still here. So I can simply select these two, align them center-wise to keep them, okay, sorry for that. I need to first of all select my this group and the text flag group to make them a group together. So everything here is in group. Now if I select them like this, it is going to act like that, but it is not placing in the center because of this rifle handles. So I have to make it manually, just like this, just by looking at the graphic. So that is good. Now I am going to select my this text. Okay, I have that text in my notepad, just like that. So I'm going to replace that text. Then if I go to take eyedropper and click here, it is going to sample that same style, same font in same size. So that is good. Now I'm going to do it again with the that old style, like the type on path tool. So if I double click here, I can select them, so copy them, and when my text tool is activated, you can see the cursor. Then if I click here, it is going to act here. So let's press it here, paste it here. Then I can simply select one of these anchor points like this to bring it to the center point. Then of course I'm going to select this one, just like this, then centerize it, just like that. Okay, maybe I want to make it a bit smaller in size because that is the option. It is going to look like that. Okay guys, so this is just being some like, sorry for this is just being a bit confusing. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, so let's do that. So this, but I am not going to use that there. Let's make it a single line like that, but we owe them all. Let's create a outline for it, just breaking the font. Then I'm going to place it something like this because I want to keep it a simple style, like as simple as possible. So that is good. And this is the way. Okay, we can do something like here. So if I take my pencil tool, sorry, pen tool here, you can see the fill is black. Let's press shift X to convert that into a stroke. So if I click here and then press shift to click here, it is going to create that line, but maybe a bit bigger in size. So that is good. Now bring that down like that. Then of course this one inside my this area. Okay, now I need to select these three, my two line text and this upper line. So if I center align them like that, and then if I click here, it is going to this one vertical distribute space, it is going to distribute the space between them. So that is good. That is a style you can put your text. So that is good for us. Let's create on here, bring that a little down. Then I can simply select these three to make it like, okay, let's bring it down, or maybe just keep it something like here. So that is good for me. Now I am going to use that same style in my this part here. So I am going to use this veteran text. So this United States, I want to make it this, sorry for that, not that one, this one, that same style of the Explorer font, just like this. But this one will look good if I make it a little curved there. Okay, so I'll do that later. So let's use this one. I'm going to use the same font, so let's use recent font and then stencil land. I'm going to make it capitalized so that I can get those small circles. That is good. So as we create this effect here, like this two line effect, so let's create that same effect here. So I'm selecting one of them, bring that down to fit in this area, then press Alt to make a copy, just like this. Then I need to select this three, my text. Okay, before selecting I need to break my text, because that is going to take some extra space of the text. So when my these three is selected like this, we can center align them, and of course click on that point too. Okay, maybe I can increase the space a little bit. Then if I select this three like this, not like that, this three only, then click here, it is going to distribute the space of that text. So that is good. Or maybe this one a bit bigger in size, just like that. Then of course I need to bring this one down. This is just up to you guys. Okay, so I am showing you like this. That doesn't mean you have to make it like same way. You have to just learn the style. Like I am placing a text like this, so you can place a text in your design like this inside two bars. So that is what I wanted to teach here, not the same style. Like you can just learn a one single design with this video, but if you learn the style, you can make, like you can use that style in your 10 more design. That is up to you. Okay, so just like that. And now if I select these three, or maybe I can break this font also, just like this. Then if I select them all, click here, it is going to distribute the space between all of them. So that is good. Now as you can see, this area is looking like something empty, so let's use something like this. Then of course I can use my this u text here, just to fit into those area. That is good. Now this area is looking like empty again, so we will do something for that. Don't worry. So at this point, this is going to be the final design for me, but this area is looking like something empty, and this part also. So let's use something else here. I'm going to create that same style, the beard design style graphic, pressing shift M for shape builder. So that is good. Now I have two shapes like that. Just align, pressing shift for keeping the proportion right. Now if I select them, okay, just select them and then align them like in bottom. That is good. Now for this one here, again I am going to make it a bit smaller, also like this. So first of all is I need to make them a group so that I don't lose their position. Now I need to make sure that it is the, like the size is, it will fit into our design like graphics. So we are not making anything bigger size, so let's maybe something like that. So that much is good for our the rest of the graphic there. So let's keep here it, then make a copy just like this, drag it, then press Ctrl D, like keep pressing Ctrl D. So that is good for me. Then select them, align them center wise. Okay, maybe I can do something like, let's take a line here, just like this, but this line should have some strokes. So okay, sorry for that, I didn't select. Of course this one should have some stroke, so maybe 10 pixel is good, 10 point is good, but this one, this side is going a bit further. So that is good. Now select them, and if I align them like that, it is going to perfectly align in the center. So that is good. Now I am going to, when I need to select them all first, then go to new brush, create on pattern brush, then click OK, approximate path. Okay, so that is good. Now as you can see, this area is looking like some empty space there. So let's do something for that area. Now I am going to create another ellipse from this area. Okay, sorry for that, that is just my this key that I am showing here, that's create that problem. So that is good. Now as you can see, I have ellipse like that, but I want to make sure that it is staying in the center position, like in the center of my main graphic, just like this. So that looks good. Now I need to take that add anchor point tool, because I don't want it to be overlap my text. So click here and then bring that same area, maybe something like this area. So that is good. We can create a like, we can take a ruler to make that position exact, but that is not necessary, that is a really small details. So once we have created some points like that, let's press A for the direct selection tool, and then if I click here in this point and press delete, it is going to delete this part. Then like the same way I can click on this area. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I am not clicking here, I need to select the ellipse and then click on this point and then press delete. It is going to delete that part from my design. So if I select my this one, then click here, it is going to fill with that pattern just we created. But as you can see, this is not looking like a perfectly center. So let's do some twist here, just manually fix the position. That is good. Now I don't need them. Okay, sorry for that, I don't need all of them. So for this area, if I select this one, click here, it is going to come in the other direction, opposite direction. So I don't need that. Just sorry for that, just select this stroke, bring it on this side, transform, reflect. It is going to give us the exact copy of that shape here. So I need to make sure that everything is staying inside my ruler area, and that is the way it is going to look like a professional work. So you can see this is looking like this right now. And of course for this one here, we can do something like this area is looking like empty, also this area. So let's create some star, because stars are really good for this kind of veteran designs. So this one here, this is now in a stroke mode. Press shift X to make it like a fill mode, that is good. Then if I bring on here, I need to make sure that I'm aligning with the ruler here. Okay, as you can see, their space is not same. So I am selecting my this star, this text and this star. First of all, align them center wise. Then if I click here, it is going to distribute the space between them, and that is perfectly center position. That is good. So this part is not looking very good for me. This is looking a kind of empty. Okay, so let's use that same star for this area, because this area is also looking like empty. So let's create one here, then press Ctrl D. It is going to create 3 more star for us, like a duplicate copy of that star. So let's select them, group them, then bring that in this side. Then I am going to select these 3, this group, this text group and this group. Center align them, then I am going to distribute the space between them, or I can click here. It is going to do it perfectly. So this is now in perfect center position. That is good. So this is just a way how you can make a like a premium looking design. But as you can see, this area is looking kind of empty. So let's use our this knife here. So I can simply place it something like that to fill this area. This is going to like actually work like a bullet. Okay guys, sorry for that, we need to press Ctrl Z to bring back our rulers, because we need them. Our design is not yet completed. So if I place it something like that, I can simply bring this down to fit inside the area. But also I want to keep it like align with the ruler here. So let's bring it like that. That is actually a little bigger, because it is overlapping my that part. So let's make it smaller, and that is good. Let's bring this into this side, then reflect. Then I'm going to select these two and align them in the bottom, so that is they are staying in the same position. So that is good for me. Also this part here, let's bring that, make a copy of that. Then I'm going to place it something like that. to fill that area, then one copy here, and as it is smaller in size, so let's make another copy here to fill this area. Now maybe another copy here, and a bit smaller. So let's select these three, align them on top just like that, then create a copy, like bring, press alt and drag them, reflect it. Okay, then first of all we need to make them a group, so this 3 a group, then select these three, make them a group, then select this two group, align them like that, and that is going to stay in the perfectly same position. Okay, so for this area also we are going to use, we can use that same style of the knives, but I am just going to just use a star here to make this area, to just fill this area, then also one for this area. Of course this should be perfectly aligned just like that, then maybe one star here. I always love to work like this to fill all the areas, because this is a design I'm making right now. I don't know if I will work again on this one or not. So this is the final design for us for this one. Now we can always work, like we can change, add some colors in them, but I will do that of course, but I am not going to show that in my this video. Just I am going to select some random text, then I am going to make them that red color, because veterans designs always look good in red and white, because that is the color of US flag, and also the one that is of course the blue one, the blue color, the this deep blue, but that doesn't look good on black, and I want to make it a complete, I want to make it a design for the black shirt, so that is why I am doing this. So as we make the text like that, let's make it white, and this text is white, so let's select our these stars, this one also make it red. Okay, so as we applied some texture in here, like this is a stroke, this is a stroke, that rope effect is an stroke. So first of all I need to select them all, then go to object, expand appearance, then go to object again, expand, and expand it all. It is going to, everything now is expanded. So let's select this one and this one, make them white, of course. Then this, okay, this is white, this is red so we have some trouble here, so let's make it white, don't worry about that. This is white, this is red, this is white, so let's select our this two and then make it white. So everything is looking right now, looking good, don't worry. Just I am going to select them, then I'm going to make them white just like that. So everything here is now colored except my this group here. So we can simply colorize our that group, but that is going to take some time here. So let's see how it is looking. Create a black shape rectangle, then cut, press Ctrl B to paste it back. So as you can see, this area is looking really good with this red and black. So let's select our this group here. So if I click here, this one should be like red, because my this shape is white. Okay, so this red, sorry for that, I make them a group like the clipping mask, and this one I made a group. So I need to make sure that I am selecting this shape, then I can make it red. It is going to work perfectly fine. So now again select, sorry for that, click here to select the shapes. Now if I just select my this wings group here, so keep clicking until you are selecting the wings. You can see right now my wings are selected. So there is a lots of red around the wing, so let's make it white. I am making a white rectangle for that wing, cut. Then if I select my this wing, press Ctrl B to paste it back, and I need to select my wing and then rectangle, then press Shift M for shape builder. Alt click here to erase the part that is behind the wing. So that is good. Now I am going to select them again. For these guns here I need to select only the guns group. Like this group is now only selected. So I'm going to create a rectangle like that, also in white. So cut. Now select this guns group, press Ctrl B to paste it back. Now select them again, press Shift M, Alt click to minus this area. Now of course you can skip this part if you don't want to watch it. So that is good. Now I am selecting this eagle head here. Then I need to make a white shape. So cut, select the eagle group, eagle head, press Ctrl B to paste it back. Shift click to select the eagle head again, then press Shift M to erase the outer part of the eagle head that is looking like that. So let's select our this board vector. So this is really confusing guys. You need to do a lot of practice to work like this. So I want to, if I create a rectangle here, it is going to be black because I click on this and it is sampling that color. So if I click on this white, then click outside, and then if I click create a rectangle like this, it is going to be in white. So that's a trick. Cut that. Select the board group, press Ctrl B to paste it back. Select them again, press Shift M for shape builder, or click here to minus the area. So that is good. Now as you can see, this is how it is looking, but this is not looking very good right now because we have to fix some area here. And what is that? So first of all, keep clicking here until we are inside the group. So first thing first, we made the boot and wings group first. So select the wing here, like this black shape of the wing, and inside the transparency we will find whatever we pasted inside that wing. So let's select them all, copy them, click here, then select the white shape of the wing, these two, then make them a group. Open the transparency for them, press Ctrl F. It is going to paste that everything inside the transparency, and as you can see, the guns are already visible. So that's good. Now click here to leave that area. So this is how it is looking right now. I can always do some changes, but it is not going to look very much clear here because of the flag in the background. So let's keep clicking on the group like this until our flag is selected. So this is how my flag is now selected. So there is a lots of white in the design. I don't need this white to be here, so let's erase that. Now selecting this flag color red, I am going to make it something like this darker, lighter gray kind of color. Then if I click here, it is going to give me this look. The flag is still in the background and visible of course, and my these graphics are also visible. So that's the way of making it colorful guys. So I hope this one will give you some idea how to work with different vectors and how to create some custom shapes to fill a design, to cover a area and then keep everything inside a certain area. And that is the way I always work. I love to work in this way. So that's it guys. I hope this one will give you some advanced level idea guys. Thank you everyone for supporting me, and always always keep checking if you can add something else in your design that can make your design look a little bit more professional. Like this is not of course necessary, but if you can add something, try to add it, because once it is published you are not going to get that chance. So that's it guys. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new from this one. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video guys. Have a great time.